Hey guys, I'm John Setzler and welcome back to Man Cave Meals. This week for our video, I've got a really nice looking tri-tip and I want to try a charred and scruffed technique on cooking this guy. So if you haven't had a chance yet, click the subscribe button so you can get updates every time I publish a new video. Let's get started. So here is the star of today's show. This is about a 2.6 or maybe 2.7 pound tri-tip. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna do an old Adam Perry Lang technique called charred and scruffed. I am just gonna lightly score very closely the outer surface of this tri-tip. And then when I get across that, I'm going to come back and tightly score it the other direction. And then when I get to the end of that process, we're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the back side. And after we finish with our char and scruff, you see that we've created a lot of texture and a lot of extra surface area here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit this guy with the Man Cave Magic #1 salt, pepper, and garlic blend. And I'll give you the recipe for this seasoning blend in the video description. And I'm just going to kind of massage that in to the surface of this meat. And then I'll pat that in. We'll flip this guy over and do the same thing back on the top side. And this is a big piece of meat, so you can be kind of liberal with your salt, pepper, and garlic on this guy. Or you can use whatever seasoning blend you like. I'm just a big fan of salt, pepper, and garlic. And after I get that guy seasoned up, I like to put it in my vacuum seal bag and get a nice tight seal on that with the VAC 100, and then we'll toss that guy in the refrigerator and let him ride overnight. Before we cook our tri-tip, I'm going to make up a batch of my favorite whiskey steak sauce. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the quantities for this in the video description. I've got some whiskey. We're going to put in some apple cider vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, and I've got some brown sugar here. And I'm just going to turn the heat on here to medium high, and I'm going to stir that for a moment until I get that sugar dissolved. And once I have that sugar dissolved, I've got some garlic, some granulated garlic, I've got some crushed black pepper, and I've got a little bit of cayenne pepper also. And I'm just going to stir that in, and we're going to let this come to a simmer. And as that comes to a simmer, I'm going to back the heat down and I'm going to let that simmer there uncovered for about 5 minutes. After this has been simmering here for about 5 minutes, I've made up a cornstarch slurry I use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of cold water. And I'm going to add about half of that to this and let it come back to a simmer and let this start to thicken up. And if I need more of the slurry, I'll add that. And just after another minute or so, this coats the back of a spoon nicely. So that's ready to go. I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm going to put the lid on it, and we're just going to keep that warm. I've got my Kamado Joe Classic 3 set up here where I can do a 2-zone cook, and I'm going to put this tri-tip on right over the hot coals, and I'm going to use the keep it flipping method here. I'm going to put this guy on and I'm going to turn it probably every 30 seconds or so until I'm happy with what it looks like on the outside. We'll be back to look at it again after a couple of flips. We've been cooking for about 5 minutes or so now. It's starting to take on some color, so I'm just going to keep on flipping this guy, like I said, until I like what it looks like on the outside. We've been going about 18 minutes here, fairly constantly flipping this thing, and it's starting to develop some nice Maillard reaction crust on there. So let's just keep on going. We're getting close, but it's going to be quite a few more flips until I like this. I want this to have a really nice, serious crust on it. We're still cranking right along here. We are at about 25 minutes or so into this cook, and it's ready for another flip. I have tossed a couple of pieces of cherry wood on there to bring a little bit of smoke to this cook. Okay, I think we're not going to have to go to indirect. I think this guy is ready as far as the temperature I'm looking for, so I'm going to take it off and we're going to let it rest. Okay, I've let this guy rest for about 15 minutes, and what we're going to do here is cut against the grain. And on this segment of this tri-tip, the grain is running this way. So I'm going to cut right down here in the middle, and we're going to have a look. I'm shooting for somewhere between medium rare and medium on this, and I think that's come out really nicely there. So kind of have a look. So I'm going to take some slices off of this so we can plate it and drizzle on some of our whiskey sauce. I can't wait to get a taste of that stuff on this beautiful piece of tri-tip. I'm very happy with this particular piece, and this method of giving some extra char and scruff to the outer surface of this guy looks like it's done its task and giving me some extra surface area there to collect, you know, our Maillard reaction crust and a little flavor from being on the grill. So let's get some of this on the plate. Okay, let's get some of our whiskey sauce across the top of this guy. Oh boy, man, that's a perfect consistency here. So guys, you're gonna have to give this one a try and let me know what you think. In the meantime, this is Man Cave Lunch today, so let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, this is John Setzler with Man Cave Meals.